You open your eyes, but there's a problem. You're a plague doctor in 1348 Europe. But hey, someone's got to do this job, right? The sun hasn't even risen properly and you're already staring at that outfit hanging on the chair. You know which one. The full black waxed leather uniform, the crow-beaked mask stuffed with aromatic herbs, the thick gloves. You put all this on with the enthusiasm of someone preparing for their own funeral. The smell of lavender and rosemary in the beak of the mask is supposed to protect you from deadly miasmas, or at least that's what they say. I watch you breathing deeply inside that mask and think, is this faith or denial? Probably both. You step outside and the scenery is delightful. Bodies piled up on corners waiting for the death cart, rats the size of cats strolling freely, and that unmistakable smell of decomposition mixed with human feces. Ah, the Middle Ages. Romantic. You quicken your pace, trying not to look too much to the sides, but it's impossible not to notice the woman screaming from the window, begging for help while holding a child. You pretend you didn't see. I would pretend too if I were you, but at least I admit I'm a coward. First stop of the day, the Moretti house. The entire family is infected. You knock on the door with your wooden staff, and they receive you as if you were a divine savior. Terrible assessment of the situation on their part. The father is in bed, with buboes the size of oranges on his neck and groin, feverish, delirious about angels. You approach, examine, and your trained medical mind concludes he's completely screwed. But you can't say that, so you say with all the professional confidence you can fake, I'll perform a therapeutic bloodletting. You grab your knife, make a cut on his arm, and let the blood drain into a basin. The logic is impeccable. He has bad blood. You remove the bad blood, he gets better. Except the logic is completely wrong, and you're basically draining the last vital resources of a dying man. But hey, it's what you learned at university. Who are you to question centuries of Greek medicine? I watch you applying that fake medical confidence while internally praying that something, anything works this time. The wife pulls you by the arm, desperate, begging you to save the children. 2 kids, 8 and 10 years old, both with extremely high fevers. You examine them and see the dark spots starting to appear on their skin. Your stomach turns. You know exactly what that means, but you look into that mother's eyes and can't speak the truth, so you lie. You say you'll prepare a special poultice, a mixture of rare herbs that will surely cure the children. You're blatantly lying to a desperate woman, and you know it. The weight of that lie is almost physical. But what's the alternative? Tell her that her children will die in agony in the next 48 hours? You prepare the so-called poultice, a disgusting paste of crushed garlic, vinegar, and whatever else you make up on the spot. You apply it to the children's chests while they cry in pain. The mother thanks you with tears in her eyes, calls you a divine blessing. You smile behind the mask and accept the 3 miserable pennies she managed to scrape together. I need to interrupt here to say, this is absolutely depressing. You're charging a dying family for a treatment you know won't work. But also, you need to eat, so it's complicated. The morality here is as gray as the bodies in the streets. You leave the house and immediately check your gloves, your cloak, looking for any tear, any opening in the armor, nothing. For now, you're safe. For now. Each house you visit is a game of Russian roulette. You know it's a matter of time before you catch the disease, but you also know that if you don't do this work, hundreds will die without even an attempt at help. It's an impossible choice between fleeing and saving your skin, or staying and probably dying trying to save others. I honestly don't know what I'd do in your place. Probably flee. But you stay. Brave idiot or conscious coward? I'll let you decide. Second house, the Santini family. The teenage son is in terminal condition. Ruptured buboes, pus oozing, fever so high he's having convulsions. You don't even need to examine him to know it's too late. But the parents are there, looking at you with that pathetic hope that breaks your heart. So you try the most aggressive treatment in your arsenal. Cauterization of the buboes with hot iron. The logic? Burn out the evil. Literally. You heat the iron in the fire, take a deep breath, and apply it to the boy's neck. His scream pierces your soul. The smell of burning flesh invades even inside your mask. The parents hug each other crying, but thank you for trying. The boy passes out from pain. You know he'll die by dawn, but at least you tried something, right? Right? You leave there with your hands shaking. It's not from cold. You stop in an alley, lift the mask slightly and vomit. This is destroying you inside. Each house, each family, each failure. You graduated to save lives, and all you do is watch people die slowly while applying useless treatments. But you wipe your mouth, readjust the mask, and continue. Because someone has to continue. Someone has to at least try, even if it's pathetic, even even if it's useless. Third visit, you arrive at a house where the situation is so critical they didn't even officially call you. You just heard the screams. An entire family, 7 people, all infected simultaneously. The scenario is apocalyptic. Bodies in different stages of the disease, some already decomposing, others still agonizing. You stand at the door for a moment, seriously considering turning around and pretending you never saw this. I would have run away without looking back if I were you, but you go in because you're a doctor, and above all, you're an idiot. You do what you can. Bloodletting here, poultices there, prayers in Latin you don't even remember properly because, frankly, at this point you're just improvising and hoping God is paying attention. Spoiler, he's not. You spend 3 hours in that house of death, applying all the treatments you know, inventing some new ones on the spot, and in the end, you know that you made no difference whatsoever. Everyone will die. You just prolonged their agony by a few more hours. When you finally leave, the sun is high and brutal. You're exhausted, physically and emotionally. Your clothes are soaked with sweat underneath the leather. You check again if everything is intact, if nothing tore, if no bodily fluids penetrated your defenses. Total paranoia. Removing the clothes with extreme care, burning the disposable gloves, washing your hands with vinegar until the skin turns red and burns, examining every inch of your body looking for signs. Nothing. You survived another day. Congratulations. The prize is waking up tomorrow and doing it all again. You sit down for dinner, stale bread, and cheap wine that you drink more to forget the day than to accompany the food. And try not to think about the families you visited. Try not to think about the boy you burned. Try not to think about the desperate mother you deceived with false hopes. Try not to think that tomorrow they'll probably all be dead, and there was absolutely nothing you could do to prevent it. But you think. Of course you think. It's impossible not to think. The question that eats away at you inside is always the same. Are you really helping, or are you just prolonging the suffering? Are you giving hope or giving false hope? Are you being brave or being stubborn? Are you saving lives or just watching them fade in slow motion while pretending your treatments make a difference? You don't know the answer. I don't know either. Nobody knows. But tomorrow, you'll wake up. You'll put on that ridiculous crow mask. You'll go out on those filthy streets full of death. You'll enter more infected houses. You'll apply more useless treatments. You'll lie to more desperate families. And you'll come home wondering if you made any difference. And the answer will probably continue to be, not much, but you're a doctor. It's what you do. It's who you are. Even if it destroys you inside. Even if it's useless. Even if it's pathetic. You lie in bed and close your eyes, too exhausted even to have nightmares. Your last thought before falling asleep is a strange mixture of despair and idiotic hope. Tomorrow maybe I'll manage to save someone. Tomorrow maybe some treatment will work. Tomorrow maybe it'll be different. I watch you deceiving yourself beautifully and think, hope really is the last to die. Too bad it dies along with everyone else. You sleep. And tomorrow it all starts again. The same houses, the same diseases, the same failures, the same guilt, the same fear. The same pathetic hope. Welcome to your life as a plague doctor, where you're simultaneously hero and imposter, savior and spectator, brave and terrified. And the worst part, you can't stop. Because if you stop, who will try? Even if it's useless, even if it's too late, someone has to try. Good luck sleeping peacefully with that on your conscience.